Hi, my name is Chloe Wohlers, and this is my first project for Sports Medicine 3. Today, I have created a strength and conditioning program that focuses on strengthening the main muscles in your core that's especially useful for aerial arts. My client, Kaya Roberts, is currently a junior at South Tahoe High School, and she has performed in aerial arts for 7 years. She has also been a part of Inversion Gym's performance team for 3 years now, which is their highest level competition team at her studio. After COVID-19 hit the U.S., we were locked up for several weeks, and due to all the gyms closing, this caused her to stop training her core during their prime season. So once the gyms reopened, her goal was to slowly regain the strength back. Here is an overview of my program. I created a 2-week program with my client training 5 days a week. This program engages your main muscles in your core. My program will also include the data for my pre- and post testing with my client, video comparisons of the techniques between her and a professional, and as well as before and after photos that help compare the progression she has made over the last 2 weeks. When creating the exercises for my program, I decided to focus on the rectus abdominis, internal and external obliques, and the transverse abdominis. Your rectus abdominis plays an important role in spinal stability, lumbar flexion, and thoracic flexion, and stabilizes pelvic movements. This muscle is also commonly known as your six-pack. Your internal and external obliques flexes your spine, bends the spine laterally, and rotates the spine. Finally, your transverse abdominis helps compress the ribs and viscera, providing thoracic and pelvic stability. The importance of strengthening and training your core for aerial arts is to help improve overall balance and stability, prevent injuries in other areas of your body, such as your back, and perform with better confidence. Here's my client's warm-up. The reason I created a warm-up is to maximize her performance during her actual program, enhance flexibility, and risk the chances of her getting injured during my program. She did these exercises for 20 seconds, each with 2 reps. She took them nice and easy, not with full intensity. Her warm-up consists of jumping jacks, cross jacks, standing side crunch, mountain climbers, scissor skier, reverse lunge with a high kick, inchworm, and a bent down twist. Here is a brief overview of the exercises that were included in my program that engages the muscles listed above. In my program, I mostly did days incorporating several exercises from each group, starting off with 3 reps, 20 seconds, and slowly progressing to 4 reps, 30 seconds. During the double star drop, I analyzed the difference between the video I got of my client her first time doing this trick after quarantine to a professional aerialist from YouTube. Here I have a screenshot of a specific move from the trick that highly engages your core and is a huge wow factor when performing in front of an audience. As you can see, if my client had stronger core strength during this move, her left leg would not be pointed out in front of her, but rather below her. Also, her right knee wouldn't be bent and her back wouldn't be straight out. She would be able to hold her upper body higher in the air. When comparing my client's photo to the professional aerialist, you can see in arrow 3 that her straddle is way straighter, her right knee isn't bent, and her core is well engaged, enabling her to lift her upper body and hold it. Here's a video of a professional aerial artist performing the double star drop so you can have an idea of how it should be performed.
From an S-wrap, and there are several different ways to put the S-wrap on. I'll go through a couple in this video. And I know this is an alluring trick for a lot of you, so I'll do my best to clarify and make things a little easier to understand. Okay, so we start from the same side hook, thigh wrap, grab underneath, pike over, go around the tail, and rehook. This is called your S-wrap. After you've done that, pass the tail to the front. Extend the legs into a straddle, lift your shoulders to the side, and see if you can hover the foot next to the fabric. Okay, now here's the tricky part. You slide your hands down the tail while rotating within the knot. And I know, this cinches around your waist and it feels really awful until you really get the hang of it. Okay.
Here's a video of my client's first time doing the trick. As you can see, my client isn't as fast. She struggled on her climb up, trying to lift herself up, and struggled to hold her body when she was defying against gravity. Besides testing my client's initial aerial soak trick, I also tested her core strength to have an idea of how strong her core is. I did basic testing such as how long she can hold a plank, how many curl-ups she can do in 60 seconds, and how many tuck-ups on a pull-up bar she can do. As you can see, my client started off with a decently strong core, and 2 weeks later she made great improvements. She was able to hold a plank for 14 seconds longer. She did 10 more curl-ups in 60 seconds than her initial test, and did 8 more tuck-ups than her initial test. Overall, you can see my client made improvements which helped benefit her. After 2 weeks, my client and I went back into the gym for her to perform the double star drop move again. I took another screenshot of the exact same move I compared during pre-testing, and as you can see, there's a huge difference. Though I was only able to get the backside of her trick due to her rotation, the difference in her straddle from pre-testing is way better, with her having straighter legs and a way less bent knee. She was also able to lift her upper body up higher, engaging that core. Here's a video of my client performing the same trick after 2 weeks.
I can get it on the ground. I don't know if it's like
Here you can see she is more confident, she performs it faster, and she was able to engage her core way better. One thing she still has to improve on though is her climb. In all, I thought my program was successful, and according to feedback from my client, she thought it was a very helpful program. I hope that even though my 2 weeks are over, my client will continue this program and hopefully will be brought up to the inversion gymnastics team. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free